Hello, my name's Thomas, and I'd like to show you around 3 space cargo haulers. The main aim for these is to eventually build a large spaceport, having these moving from A to B with the different amenities that they would need. So the starting point had to be the cargo containers themselves. I didn't want something square, I wanted something with a bit more angles but enough space so that I can actually put things in. So here I have a demonstration of the cargo container opening and then placing the contents that need to be hauled from A to B. In this case, a small one-man speeder. Once the design of the container and the attachment is finalised, then it's a case of building the spaceship to haul. Now, with these containers, obviously in space, it's very different to on the road, so you can either have it pull the container or have it push. In this case, the big red hauler is a pull type hauler. The design of this space trucker is basically just that. It's a trucker in space. Just basically take a 16-wheeler type lorry, remove the wheels, add some big engines, and that was my basic idea. In this case, there's doors at the back for accessing the cockpit, and so that you can see the minifigure and the controls, the roof can be removed. This next hauler has the very distinctive colour scheme of Octan. Yes, they've made it into space. So this hauler is different to the big red one, in the fact that it pushes the container. The container itself is slightly different in the fact that it's got cylinders for the fuel. They fit into the same size and space as the normal containers, so they can be switched around, and that was something that I wanted to make sure I did across the board. This one I'm not sure what I was thinking when I built it, because the cockpit is a box on top of lots and lots of rockets and lots of fuel cells, and only accessed by a little spindly ladder. Don't tell health and safety, that's never going to pass. So this one, again, like the other, I wanted it to open up so you could see the inside. I originally used the hinges just to angle the walls, but now I realised that then I could just open them and you can see inside, and you can see the 2-man crew and all the different mechanics for operating. I really enjoyed this one, partly for the colour scheme and partly just for the crazy design that I was going for. The third and final cargo hauler is this one. This one is different, mainly due to the cargo in which it hauls. So, opening up the container reveals that band that everyone knows that one song from. Unfortunately, we can't play that due to copyright reasons. This is where it all started for me. I wanted to build a container that had been then converted into a stage, and this is where it all started from. So the idea is that it just folds out, hey presto, there's a stage, all the instruments set up, and then attached to that is the hauler, which is essentially their tour bus. The design of this hauler is different again, with the cockpit at the very top, accessed by some ladders at the back, and underneath that is hold. Now, I could imagine that this was once another cargo hauler, and that would be for smaller items, and this has just been, like the container, converted into a tour bus. So the cockpit is accessed at the back, through the little door, and then so that I can access the minifigure, the top can come off, and inside we can see all the controls and such needed to fly the cargo hauler. So the front opens, and that's how people access in, and just so that I can access the insides, the roof comes off, and inside you see the storage at the back, all the different things, and seats for the band. So this is my cantina band tour bus with travelling stage. I can't tell you how many parts are in it, but I had great fun raiding the blue parts and trying to build something that was multi-purpose and a little bit more history to it. But really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy it too. So these were 3 space trucker builds. Like I said, I started by building the containers and standardising that, and then standardising the holder for it, the attachment, and from there there's lots of versatility in terms of you can have the hull at the front, the back, you could have multiple containers being moved around, and with the container band, the container's been repurposed for something, and I think it works quite well. I've had lots of fun building these. I'd like to give thanks to Ian Scott for inspiration and advice, and just basically being a great friend and inspiration for these sort of builds. So I hope you enjoyed these. I hope they inspired you to go out and build, and I hope you enjoy the show, and I'll see you next time.